Welcome to the news feed, live feed. As always, guys, whenever I go live, the first 5 to 10 minutes are always going to be the main topic of conversation. And then after that, if anybody has questions or comments or wants to ask anything, feel free. All right, so today's topic is questions that people ask me. Um, you're always gonna get as a driver, you're always the same questions, and after a while they start to drive you nuts. Um, the main one is, do you like driving for Uber or Lyft? Do you make a lot of money doing this? Do you work full time? Do you work part time? And some of those questions I hate. Obviously, do you like driving for Uber or Lyft? That's one that somebody's going to answer. It's very simple. It's a yes or no answer. But as far as like people asking me, do you make a lot of money? Like, I'm not going to ask somebody how much they make. I'm not going to go up to a teacher or go up to a waiter or waitress or any person really and say, hey, what's your salary? What are you making a year? So why do you think that it's okay to ask an Uber driver that? Like, it doesn't make sense to me. I just say it all depends on the night. If somebody asks me how much I make, I say it all depends on the night and how busy it is. If people ask me personally, like that night, hey, has it been busy or has it been slow? I literally always tell somebody, if they ask me if it's busy or slow, word of advice to anybody, tell them it's slow. The reason why is they might tip you a little more because they might feel sorry that you're not making enough money, and they might be inclined to give you a couple more dollars on your tip. They might feel bad for you. They don't need to know if you're making $200-300 that night. They don't know if if it's busy, unless they're paying attention to their surge. If it's surging, then yeah, it's busy. But if you're not surging in your area, they don't know. It could just be a regular night. I've had people ask me crazy questions. You always get your questions like, has anybody thrown up in your car? Have you had animals in your car? Have you had accidents in your car? What's the worst thing? The question I hate the most is because, one, I'm not a big fan of lying to people, so I always tell people straightforward. I've explained it so much that when people always ask me what's the worst thing that's ever happened to you, I always refer back to getting guns pulled at me. So again, that was a bad thing that happened to me, but out of that bad thing, my YouTube channel was born. And everybody has their own faith, everybody has their own religions, and I don't talk about politics or religion that often, but I will say this right now. I'm a firm believer in God. I'm a firm believer in Jesus Christ. But I'm not going to knock anybody for believing in what they believe in. If you believe in Buddha or whatever, that's your belief. You are welcome to it. I welcome the discussions. Personally, we're all put on this earth to believe and just be happy. So if you believe in whatever, go for it. Have a happy life. I am here to live with you on the planet Earth. But those are things that you don't want to talk about. If anybody brings up politics, religion, Politics, religion, race, gender, any of those things, sex, that's a definite no-go. That's a no-fly zone. You do not even, you do not go there, okay? If the topic of conversation is a baseball and it goes into that zone, don't retrieve it. Just act like you never even heard it. Because all you have to do, even if you pick up somebody that doesn't have a problem with that topic of conversation, and I'll just use this as a hypothetical scenario. You go to a gay bar, you pick up two gay people and talk about them about their lifestyle, They don't have a problem with it. You don't have a problem with it. Next thing you know, for some reason, you're getting a report about it because you commented or you said something about their lifestyle. Because people are cheap and people want to save money. Do you ever tell them lies or stories for entertainment? That can be fun. Yes, I love to make up stories. Sometimes what I'll do, Hogan, yes, I do want to go. I do want to make a Philly trip. It's been like 2 months since I've gone down there with the holidays and everything. I need to figure out when I want to do it. I'm not 100% sure yet. I do need to do it because I would like to make some decent cash on a weekend again. I just need to see. It's kind of hard in the winter to go down there because with weather the way it is, weather can be a plus, but it can also be a negative. So it's kind of a hit or miss. And going down to Philly, when I go down there, I usually spend like $140 to $200 in hotel fees. So I don't want to pay that money up front, like 2 or 3 weeks in advance if it's going to snow. And I don't know that until like the week before. So it's kind of one of those things like I want to do it, but I almost kind of have to wait maybe until April, till it starts to warm up a little bit and the chances of snow are less. But yes, I definitely want to do it sooner than later. Because like I said, I can easily go down there and make, on average, anywhere between $800 and $1,200 in a 3-day weekend. And I'd like to do that because it would be nice to have the income. So yeah, probably I would shoot for February. I have some plans in March so I won't be able to do it then. My birthday is the very first week in March, and I found out my favorite band, Skillet, is coming to town. Or not coming to town, but coming close enough that I can drive to go see them. So I plan on taking my older son to go see them. He's never seen them in concert before. I've only gone one time, so I'm going to enjoy that thoroughly. So yeah. Real rideshare stories. Yes, I've told people plenty of stories. Some of them, all the stories I tell are actually true stories. Some have happened to me, some have not. I sometimes talk to people about stories that I've either seen on YouTube or that fellow friends that live in my community that drive for Uber and Lyft have told. So one of my favorites actually, my one friend, it was 3 in the morning. He was picking up a guy from a bar, and the guy he wasn't like puking wasted, but he was drunk enough that he was out of it. Like he wasn't in his most coherent form of language, put it that way. And he was talking about, I guess he just had a breakup or something, and he just broke up with his friend or whatever, and he was going on and on about how his day went, how his ex-boyfriend is a complete jerk, and blah blah this and blah blah that. And so he gets him to the destination. He ends up getting the guy like belligerently stumbles out of the car or whatever, and he didn't close the door. He goes around, he looks back in the car and he says to him, "Would you like to come in for a drink?" Basically, like completely like hitting on him, asking him. And my buddy's straight. Again, it doesn't matter. Like I've had gay guys hit on me before. I just like politely turned them down, but it was just funny because it was, to him, it was hilarious. So the funniest thing that happened to me, that I can think of offhand, my very first time in Philly, I'll answer that in a question, Hogan. My very first night in Philly, I went down there for a Saturday just to see how it was. from like 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. just to kind of get a feel for how Saturday night was in the summer. And I went down there and I made like $400 in a night, and it was great. That's why I started going down more often. But my very last ride, I pick up a guy right in Center City, right at one of the bars, and I didn't realize that weekend it was what do they call it? It was like Gay Pride weekend. And everybody was out in all different colors, men, women, everybody. And I picked this guy up, and he was in heels, high heels, everything, full drag. Um, and basically the whole time driving, he was hitting on me, um, asking me like all these questions, have like about me and where I'm from and all this stuff. And I told him, I said, "Oh, I don't live here. I just drive here." He goes, "Oh, well, where are you from?" I told him where I was from, and he's like, "Oh yeah." He's like, "I remember you. I've had you as a driver. You've never had me as a driver because I've never drove here before." So it was kind of weird, but it was cool. But I've driven lots of different people around, so I like to talk about the stories. The new Uber PIN code, Hogan, I firmly agree with that. I think it's awesome, because that way there is no chance of taking the wrong ride. I mean, me personally, everybody, my personal feeling is if you are a passenger getting a ride, you need to pay more attention to your app. Your app gives you all the information on there. It gives you my picture, it gives you the make and model of my car, and it gives you my license plate. And if you're not looking at the make, model, color, and license plate of a car, I'm sorry, you shouldn't be driving or you shouldn't be riding in an Uber. It doesn't make sense why people get in the wrong cars. But the Uber PIN code, that's just one more step um, in safety. So I firmly think that is something that is headed in the right direction. Um, so yeah, anything that makes the app safer for the rider or the driver, in my opinion, is a good thing. Um, what I think would make what I think would make the situation even better is if when you sign up for Uber and Lyft to do Uber and Lyft, they offer you at a discounted rate a dash cam. And before you start driving, um, you get that dash cam. And then they can just take it off of your wages until it gets paid off. Or something along the lines like that. Because that way you don't have people out there driving that aren't taking safety seriously. I know Uber is with some company that offers dash cams. I'm not sure exactly what the name of the company is. I can't remember it off the top of my head. But the only problem with that is they keep the footage. You don't have access to the footage. So, but at the same time, I'd rather have that than nothing. So, um, my thoughts on everything right now that's going on in California, I think it's a step in the right direction, okay? Uber and Lyft both cut the rates for far too long, dropping it down to almost like a 60-40 split in some places. So them bumping the rates back up to 75-25, that's definitely a good step in the right direction, especially with the price of gas in California right now. Um, I'm looking forward every day to seeing what AB5 um, does in California. The only problem with that is Uber, I think, is going to have to start raising the rates. Uber and Lyft both in California are going to start raising the rates. They don't have a choice. If they want to sustain and be a viable company, they have to raise the rates. Because if they are not getting, you figure that 15% extra on every single ride, that adds up over time, and every ride that adds up. They're already losing money every year. because they're investing the money back into other things. And they need to find a way to become profitable. And the only way to do that is to raise the rates. So they're going to need to raise the rates, if you think about it. Now that, at least in California, they're losing roughly 15% because they bumped the driver pay up to 75-25 split. So they're probably going to end up raising the rates to whatever that difference is to make up the loss. If let's just say in California, say the difference was used to be 60-40 and now it's 75-25, that's a 15% difference that they're losing. I would honestly expect your rates in California to go up 15 to 25%. If you're normally paying $10 for a ride, expect to be paying 12 to 13. If you're normally paying like $100 for a ride to go from your house to the airport or whatever, say $100 ride, expect that to go up to like 120, 130. The rates need to go up. They're going to start going up. They don't have a choice. If they want to sustain their business model and grow as a company, they're going to have to raise rates. What's up, guys? I see 4 or 5 in the channel now. One thing I will say, January 24th, 8 p.m., I'm going to be doing another merch giveaway. So anybody that wants a hoodie, let me know. It will be a 2X hoodie. The reason why I am sticking with the 2X hoodies is because that's what I have of my own personal stock. When I ordered, so what happened when I put all the merch on the merch store? How's it going, everybody? What's up, Voyage? When I ordered all the merch, when I put all the merch on the merch store, I ordered a few different hoodies so I could show them on the channel. The biggest size they had was 2X. So just because that was the biggest size, that's what I got. Usually I actually wear a 3X, but I'm trying to lose weight, so I ordered them in 2X since it was the biggest size. I kept one for myself. The other 3 or 4 that I have, I can't remember. Those I'm going to be giving away at least one. And after that, I might give away more, or I might donate them to a local clothing bank. My weekend so far is looking really good. Tomorrow night I'm going to go drive for probably 6 to 8 hours. Saturday I have spent with friends and family. Tomorrow morning I plan on hiking with a friend and getting some exercise in and working out during the day. I plan on hiking some of the Appalachian Trail with said friend. And then Thursday I plan on driving as much as I can, as long as it's busy. Saturday morning I plan on hiking some more if I can. Saturday night I'm spending with a different friend, family friend that I haven't seen in probably 6 months. I'm going to go down to their house and watch a movie, I don't know what, and just catch up on and shoot the shit. And then Sunday is some more exercise and rest before I have to go back to work. So that's how my weekend looks. How's everybody's weekend? So just a heads up, guys, if anybody cares, right now I am driving. It's like a 45-minute drive from my house to one of my friends. I'm headed up there to, again, spend some quality time, hang out. And usually when I do that, I always go live just to really talk about things that are going on in my life or things that are going on in Uber, Lyft community, and just basically answer questions. So if you guys have questions, comments about any of my videos or anything like that, feel free to ask them. If I see it in the comments, I will definitely answer. Also, I do have the ability to super chat, so if you guys feel free to donate to the channel. Um, Again, I will definitely answer your questions, and I will also thank you. That helps me bring more stuff to the channel. It helps me reinvest in the channel, and also it helps me do the free giveaways. I do want to do another giveaway. I was thinking about doing another dash cam. I do want to do one, let's say 7,500 subscribers. Once I hit 7,500, I'll do a dash cam giveaway. That would be awesome. So the easiest way for that to happen, if you guys like the videos that I come out with, do me a favor, smash the like button. That helps get the word out and get the videos out. Also, subscribing to the channel and just sharing the videos. Okay, guys, if you've ever watched any of my videos and they've helped you, or you think there's some really good points in there, just do me a favor and share it on Facebook or any Facebook group. I've gotten a lot of feedback from people. The original video of me getting guns pulled on me, people asking me questions about what they should do if they're caught in that situation and things like that. So if that's a video that you think would help anybody you know, feel free and share it. Because at the end of the day, you guys sharing and liking the videos gets the word out. And that's how I'm able to do. The more people that watch the videos, the more people that share the videos. My channel is monetized, so I do make money on it, just like every other person on YouTube. With that being said, I do give some of that back, okay? I have done a dash cam giveaway. That was a $70 dash cam, and it cost me $22 to ship it. I have done 2 t-shirt giveaways already. Those were around 20 bucks a piece with shipping. So I've given away like $120 or $130 worth of merchandise. I would like to do another dash cam giveaway because I feel that those at least help the community and help people be safe. I wouldn't mind doing a couple other merchandise giveaways. That's why I'm giving away some of my hoodies. If anybody wants to look at the merchandise and maybe you don't want a hoodie, maybe you want a hat or something like that. Yes. I don't really ever offer anything besides water. I usually often don't offer water either. Usually when I go down to Philly, I'll buy a case of water. But when I'm driving in my own area, most rides I'm getting are like 15-20 minutes. So I usually don't even carry water in my car unless it's for me. But when I do go down to Philly, I like to get a case of water, like a 24 or 48 pack, stick it in my trunk, and then I actually have an ungodly amount of cup holders. I have my back doors, I have room to put 3 on either door, like in the bottom. So I put 3 on either side. I have room in my front to put 2 on either side, or I'm sorry, 1 on either side. And then I put 1 in the middle. However, my back of my seat, I got a aftermarket thing from Amazon that basically covers the back, and that has 4 on each seat. So I have 8, 10, 12, like I can put like 14 water bottles in the inside of my car. And I just, if anybody asks, hey, do you mind if I take a water? No, go ahead. That's what they're there for. So yeah, I don't necessarily go out of my way to offer people things though. Every now and again, sometimes I'll, like if I'm chewing gum or something, if I go to grab a piece of gum, I'll ask somebody or I'll offer somebody gum, but I don't necessarily go out of my way. It's Sorry guys. I personally feel like I don't want to over invest, if that makes sense. I don't want to spend like $20 a day or whatever on certain snacks and then not get that money back. I've always been a big fan of the term less is more, okay? The less things and stuff you have in your car, in my personal opinion, the easiest way to get tips and get money from a passenger, it's very, very simple, okay? It's being sociable. You basically need to greet every single passenger. When somebody gets into your car, hi, my name's Matt. Like after you ask them what's your driver's name or what's your name, they say Bob. You go, hi, I'm Matt. Nice to meet you. If they were out drinking or whatever, how was your night? How was your day? How was your evening? If you know you're picking them up from a work site, how was your day to day? Like, very simple questions, okay? Good, bad, for whatever reason, whatever, had a bad day. Oh, do you mind if I ask why? You just need to know how to engage your customer, okay? I know that we're not here to be therapists. We're not here to coddle anybody, but at the same time, you're driving somebody from point A to point B. If they feel that you are doing a good job in basically just getting them to open up and talk, they might feel obliged to offer you money or to give you more money as a tip, if that makes sense. I would much rather give somebody a tip that is very nice, happy, approachable, and kind of wants to talk to me than just like a normal drive in New York in a taxi. When I get in, where are you going? Oh, I'm going to Battery Park. Okay. And you go there. You don't ever talk to that person at all. When I get somebody in my car, like I said, depending on what time of day it is, I always ask them after I find out what their name is. Hi, I'm Matt. Nice to meet you. How was your evening? How's your morning going? How was your night? If I'm picking them up from a bar, good, great, bad. Why was it good? Why was it great? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Why? Are you okay? Like, if they had a bad night, I kind of empathize with them. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Why was it a bad night? And then you just get into the normal shit talking conversation. I mean, it's a social game, guys. The more sociable you are with the person, the more they relate to you, and the happier they will be, the happier you will be, the faster the ride will take. I mean, it's still going to take the same amount of time for you to get from point A to point B, but in their mind, the ride's going to go by like that. It's going to go by quick. It might still be a 15, 20, maybe even 30-minute ride, but since you're talking, you're conversating, you're enjoying the time together, it'll go by a lot faster. Do you ever... I answered that question. So yeah. I did find out a couple days ago, like I said before in a previous video, but I'll just repeat myself again, just in case anybody's wondering. The two kids that did pull guns on me, they're both currently in a federal prison, and I need to actually contact the person and talk to them about it and figure out what the plan is moving forward. I don't know. No one has gotten in contact with me. The last part of contact I heard about that was simply that they are being moved from a state prison to a federal prison. So other than that, I still have not heard anything. So yeah, go figure. How's everybody else doing today? Has anybody got questions, comments? Want to talk? I'm more than welcome to. Other things, I'm trying to think. I'm still talking to somebody with Vibe Rides. If anybody has heard about Vibe Rides, it's based out of Florida. They do plan to expand. I think they're in Tampa, Orlando, and I forget, there's one other, Fort Lauderdale maybe. So I am looking at that. I would love, once it comes to my area, to drive for them and see if there is a difference. The lady that I was talking to with the company, all the stuff she was telling me was good. However, I am definitely a person where if I don't like to look a gift horse in the mouth, and I always feel that if something feels too good to be true, sometimes it usually is. So again, I'm very cautious when it comes to new things. If this is your market, if you drive in Florida, please let me know if you've heard of Vibe Rides. Okay, it's in the Google store, it's in the iPhone store, it's the same, it's called VIBES, Vibe Rides. It's the same thing as Uber and Lyft, it's just done in a different way. Basically, I think, and don't take my word for this, but the way they were explaining it is the customers have a way to order a ride, and they can set the ride to how they want. Okay, they can set the vibe of the ride. If they want to listen to country music, or if they want to listen to whatever, they can do that. If they don't want to talk to you or whatever, I think they have that option. Like, they have a whole bunch of different options that they can choose from, and then they can go in there and set the vibe of the ride. So that to me sounds kind of cool. And everything, like I said, everything the lady that works for the company was telling me sounded really good. I did talk to actually one of the higher up people in the company, and not just like somebody trying to sell or trying to get other people to sign up. It was actually somebody that's in the company. I don't want to give names away, which I won't, but it was a higher up person in the company, so I'm just waiting back to hear from them. And then I will give you guys the news on that and how it works. I will tell you all of the cities and stuff that they're going to be coming to and things like that. But again, it's kind of like one of those things, like, for instance, and I don't want to bring it up, but other companies keep saying they're going to come out, and I still have yet to hear anything about them. So I don't want to be the guy that keeps talking about it and saying, yes, it's coming out, it's coming out, it's coming out, and then when it's supposed to roll out, it doesn't roll out. So that's what it is. I'll talk about it, and I'll bring it up every now and again, but until it happens, I'm not worried about it. Same thing with the channel, guys. This year's 2020. A lot of people want to change and bring in the new year, the new decade, and my channel is not going to be any different, okay? I'll still talk about Uber and Lyft more than anything, but there is other things I want to do to this channel. I don't just want to talk about Uber and Lyft. I want to travel more this year, so that's something that's going to come to the channel. Daily trips, weekend trips. If I go hiking or camping, things like that, I'll take video of it and bring it onto the channel, and I hope you guys enjoy it and like it. There's definitely lots of things I want to try, lots of places I want to visit. Like I said, tomorrow I'm going to do some of the Appalachian Trail with a friend, so I'll probably record some of that and post it whenever I get a chance to edit the video and do that. Hopefully you guys like that content. If you guys want to see other stuff, let me know. There's definitely plenty of things that you can do to save money. There's lots of different things I do to save money. There's lots of different things I do when I spend money. Even when I'm spending money, there's ways I go about it to save. So if you want me to make a tutorial or a video on how to save money while driving for Uber and Lyft, please let me know. I will gladly do it. There's so many different ways that you can save while you're spending. The best way to save is to not spend your money at all. But there's ways that I save money on gas every single day, and I usually don't buy gas unless I'm saving money on it. So definitely do me a favor, and if you want me to make a video about it, let me know. I will. Comment in the description below. Comment in the video. I read mostly all my comments when I get them, as long as they're not negative. I try to read them. The only video I really don't read comments on anymore is my main one, because a lot of them started to get negative. Calling people the N-word, and people arguing back and forth about what should happen to people and all this other stuff. And it's like, look, at the basis of it, I am not racist whatsoever. I personally don't believe that word should even exist. I think that word is disgusting, and I wish people would stop using it. People make bad choices, okay? People make good choices, people make bad choices. At the end of the day, those people that night made a bad choice, and hopefully they learned from it. Who knows? I won't know. It's not my place in this world to judge them. I mean, I can sit here and judge them all I want. It's not my job. They will get that answer when they die and they go to wherever they're supposed to go to, guys. Like I said, we're all put on this planet to live and to experience life. We are not here to judge each other. We are not here to criticize or critique each other. We're here, honestly, in my personal opinion, we're all here to be authentic towards each other and just be honest and open and live life. And yeah, that's how I feel. So that's all I got for you guys today. I don't really have much else to talk about. Sometimes I ramble, and if that's the case, I'm sorry that I'm rambling, but I don't know what else to say. Anybody else got any questions? I see like 4 or 5 people in the chat, I think. So if anybody has any questions, do me a favor. I'll stay on for like another minute or two. And if not, then I'm going to get going. So if you have questions or anything, if you're just joining us in the live stream, most of the questions and most of the topic was pretty much within the first 5 or 10 minutes of this video. So if you're just tuning in now, I would say if you have questions or comments, feel free to ask me them. And if you want to go back into the very first 5 or 10 minutes of this, that's where the main topic of today's conversation took place. So that's where I would say to watch. Alright, guys. Well, since I don't have anybody asking me questions, I hope everybody has a great day. I hope everybody has a great Thursday night, a great weekend. I'm going to drive tomorrow, like I said, for probably at least 4 to 8 hours. It all depends on how much I get. If I get a decent amount of money at the beginning, I won't drive for as long, but it all depends. So I hope everybody has a great night, and stay safe out there, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Matt out. Have a great day.